never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Fine.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Happy last day of February. Since it is leap year, February gets one extra day this year, and that extra day is today. And speaking of today, I want to say happy birthday to my lovely, beautiful, wonderful wife. I know I give her a hard time here on the channel and like to aggravate her, but honestly, really, truly, I can't imagine living my life without her. And today is her official birthday because she was actually born on leap day, so she only gets to celebrate an actual birthday once every 4 years. So today is her actual birthday. So happy birthday to my lovely, beautiful, wonderful wife. But today here on the channel, I want to talk about AEW Revolution because that is this Sunday. But first, before I talk about that, we lost two legends in the wrestling world this week. Late Monday night, it was reported that Alan Rogowski, who of course was famously known as Ole Anderson, passed away at the age of 81, and he actually passed away not too far from where a lot of us live here on the channel. I know we have a lot of people that have subscribed to the channel that live in North Georgia, Northeast Georgia, or the upstate of South Carolina, but Ole actually passed away Monday in Monroe, Georgia. I know a few years back he was living in Toccoa, but apparently he had moved to Monroe, Georgia. And then yesterday we lost Mike Jones, who is known as Virgil and Vincent over the years. Virgil in the WW at the time F, and Vincent in WCW. And I hope him and Ted DiBiase made up before it was too late, because I know a couple of years ago they did not like each other at all. So we have lost Alan Rogowski, better known as Ole Anderson, and Mike Jones, better known as Virgil, this week. So two legends in the wrestling world have left us. But on to AEW Revolution. This Sunday will be the 5th annual Revolution AEW pay-per-view. It'll take place from North Carolina, more specifically than that, Greensboro, North Carolina, which if you're a longtime wrestling fan, you know back in the 70s and 80s, Greensboro was a hotbed for NWA wrestling. 8 matches on the card so far. There's a 9th match in the works. More on that coming up here in a couple of minutes. But first, we know AEW has about 75 championships. So they basically have enough belts for everybody in the company to have some kind of belt. It's kind of like kids playing sports now, everybody gets a trophy. Well, in AEW, everybody gets a belt. So about every match they have has some kind of belt on the line. So when they have a match that doesn't have a belt on the line, it's kind of surprising. But we have FTR in a tag team match against the Blackpool Combat Club. They're going up against John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. And then we have Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia for the TNT Championship. Will Ospreay versus Konosuke Takeshita in a one-on-one match. Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson for the AEW Continental Championship. Toni Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo for the Women's World Championship. Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland in a three-way match for the AEW World Championship. Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong for the International Championship. And the match that I'm hoping will be the main event because it's his final match. But I'm going to assume the main event will be the Samoa Joe match because he is the world champion. But we have Sting and Darby Allin in a tornado tag team match for the AEW Tag Team Championships going up against the Young Bucks. Now, the Young Bucks get on my nerves because, for one, I've never liked them. For two, they had a character change, and now they say they're going by their full names of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. The problem is, Jackson is not their last name. Kind of like years ago when Johnny Nitro first became John Morrison. He did a promo and said, I'm not Johnny Nitro. I'm going to be my real name. I'm John Morrison, but his real name is not John Morrison. So they're no longer Matt and Nick. Now they want to be their full names of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. The problem is Jackson is not their last name. But hopefully they let Sting and Darby Allin win the match since it is Sting's final match. But the match they're working on, they talked about it on Dynamite last night. But the reason why I say worked on is because they have not named all 8 members yet. But there will be a 8-man scramble match. Now, what the winner gets, I don't know. I've never understood why you just have a match like that and you just have it with no money, no belt, no title, no trophy, nothing, just a match. But I'm confused, as confused can be, because it was supposed to originally be a gimmick match that featured Wardlow, Lance Archer, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Well, then yesterday afternoon, Tony Khan came out and said he was not going to have that match because all of those guys aren't medically cleared, so he's going to wait to have that match later on. But I swear, with everything in me, I'm watching Dynamite last night, and they're talking about the 8-man scramble match, and they've named 6 guys, still 2 guys yet to be determined, and they show a picture of the 6 guys named, and I swear I saw Wardlow and Lance Archer and Powerhouse Hobbs. So it makes 0 sense to me why they can't have a gimmick match because they're not cleared to compete, but they can turn around and be in a scramble match. I'm totally clueless on how you can be cleared to compete in one match, but not another match. So there will be 9 matches altogether when they determine who the other 2 people will be in that 8-man scramble match. AEW's TV shows have been average for the last 6 months, but their pay-per-views have been fantastic. I don't expect anything different this Sunday, especially with it being Sting's final match. Any thoughts on Revolution Sunday? Please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. I saw 2 snails fighting. It was a real slugfest. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.